What's up, everybody? Okay, as promised, this is vlog 20 part 2. First thing I want to do is I'm going to discuss some terms that you guys have heard me use and may not quite understand. Hopefully it'll help you understand a little bit more of my posts. First thing is shipper, obviously that's self-explanatory. Cons is consignee, which is our final destination. A bobtail is a truck without a trailer. So anytime you hear me talk about bobtailing, that's what it is. It's just no trailer. Drop and hook is exactly what it sounds like. Dropping a trailer and hooking up to another one, whether it be empty or loaded. Now the process of dropping is basically, if you look at a bobtail tractor, you'll see a flat disc on the top above it, above the tires and everything. That is called a fifth wheel. So if you heard me refer to a fifth wheel, that's what that is. Now, on the bottom of the trailer, there's a steel, I guess you could, it kind of looks like a nipple, I guess, alright, if you want to call it that. About yay long or whatever. That is called a kingpin. So if you hear me refer to a kingpin. Basically what happens is you back up to the tractor, there's a notch in the fifth wheel. The fifth wheel goes, the kingpin goes into that notch, it reaches a certain point, it hits a release lever, and a finger, grip, whatever you, lever, whatever you want to call it, comes out and covers over the kingpin, and that's what holds the trailer onto the truck. So that's basically how you hook up to a trailer. Now, we run by many different rules. Pretty much the biggest and most basic one is something called the hours of service. Now, to try and easily explain this to you in a way that you will understand, hopefully. Okay, we have two basic rules. We can drive for up to 11 hours, or we can work, which is a combination of driving, dropping and hooking, pre-trips, post-trips, anything, sweeping out trailers, anything that would be considered work, checking into customers or whatever, for up to 14 hours. Now, after any of those have expired or are getting close to expiring, we must park for 10 straight hours. We cannot do anything for 10 hours. We have to either log it in the sleeper or off duty. Now, if you log something in the sleeper, technically that is where you're supposed to be. I don't do it that way. Right now I'm sitting in my driver's seat and I'm logged in the sleeper because I'm on my break. I'm done for the day. I have an extended break because I've got plenty of time on this one. So I'll probably be leaving about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now, if I can manage to do this, this right here is our logs. Now, as you can see, this right here is my 70. Now that is, we're allowed to do a total of 70 hours in 7 days. Once that, if that expires before the 7 days, we have to sit for 34 hours straight. If we sit for 34 hours straight, we will get that 70 hours back. Now, as you can see, I have 7 hours and 36 minutes left. I am also on my 7th day. Now, so I have 7 hours and 7.5 hours basically I can use tomorrow. I'm 6.5 hours from where I plan to stop tomorrow, so I'm pretty much good to go. Now, after tomorrow, we'll cover this date. Tomorrow night, I will start getting hours back. And from there on out, I will continue to get hours back until I go home. So there is no need for me to take a reset. Because if I hit this, you can see I don't get anything back tonight. But tomorrow, that will change into what I get back. So if you hear me talk about a 34-hour reset, that's what that is. Also, before an 8-hour period expires, we have to sit for a full 30-minute break. Sorry, not 30 hours. 30-minute break. And then whatever's left on our 11, we get to our... So like today, all I had to do was drive. So I lost 10 minutes on a pre-trip. Then I could drive for 7 hours and 50 minutes before I had to sit and take a 30. Once I took that 30, I would get back whatever's left on my 11. So, what else would help you guys understand what's going on? Oh, loads. When we get a load, we get something called a pre-plan, which I've shown you guys what that looks like. Now, what we have to do is we have to approve that, which that basically is saying that, at least for the time being, that yes, I can make that load and deliver it at the set time. If I cannot make it at that time, that is when I would change the time. So let's say I get a pre-plan that delivers today at noon. I can't make that, but I can make 2 o'clock. Then at that point, I would approve that pre-plan for 1400 instead of 12 o'clock. Because we go by 24-hour clock. We don't go by AM and PM. So we go by basically your typical 24-hour clock. Now, once I get to a consignee, I have to send in first. Well, when I get to a shipper, I have to send an arrived at shipper message, and then after that, I send a loaded message telling them I'm loaded and I'm ready to go. Once I get to a consignee, I send an arrived at consignee message. At that point, I will get more information about my load, where I'm picking up, and where I'm delivering. In that time, it gives me time to better trip plan. Figure out how long it's going to take to get everywhere, and all that. Now, once all that is done, and I'm empty, I send an empty call. And then I get my load assignment and any other pertinent information. Basically, what happens is you get all of this. Okay. This right here is my additional information. That's what I get when I send my arrived at consignee. Now, we are told how they want us to go and where they want us to fuel. Okay. See, this is my entire route, and that's how I go. We get directions to our customer, and in here, if there was any load comments or anything like that, that's where you would see that kind of stuff. So this basically is my driver tech / PC. It's basically all it is almost like emailing. See, here we've got email, we've got mail. This is how we get, this is my outbox. This is how I can send all my particular messages that I need to send in regards to my load. So that's all, basically all that. So basically all we do is just email things back and forth. And that's how we communicate with each other. That's how I communicate with my fleet manager. That's how my fleet manager communicates with me. If necessary, you resort to phone calls, but that's mostly how it's all done. So I hope this helped you all. If there's anything that I didn't explain that any of my non-trucking friends still don't understand, or if I ever post something that you don't quite understand, feel free to ask me. I'll tell you and explain to you better what all this shit means. So, but hopefully you have a better understanding of how I do my job, and I'm out for a specific amount of time, and then I get a specific amount of time home, and then I'm back out. I can stay out longer if I so desire, which I have in order to make special arrangements to be home for certain things. Or, if necessary, I can make arrangements to be out shorter. My fleet managers are very lenient and very flexible with what I wish to do and everything, and run me the way I wish to, and keeps me happy. So, like I've said before, I love this job, and I can't see me doing anything else. There are times it does get to you, like obviously recently I haven't been quite myself. Some things have been getting to me and everything, but it passes. I mean, it happens. It's a very lonely lifestyle. I do get to have moments where I very badly miss my wife and would rather be with her than out here, but you know, I mean, it comes with the territory. It's trucking. That's all I can say. As I've said before, if that's not your cup of tea, you're not going to be able to do this. But, so, I'll let you all go for now, and I'll talk to you soon with number 21. You all take it easy, and all my fellow drivers, you stay safe out there, and beware of the assholes. Ciao.